Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for yet another edition of GWA's Supercharged. I am Joe Davis. We're coming to you live from Seattle, Washington. Thank you for joining us. And it appears that we will be starting off the show tonight with the GWA president, Mr. Scott Buckley. We're so happy for you to be joining us here tonight. This is the final stop before we head to Las Vegas, Nevada for Score or Bust. We already know that the main event for that event is going to be champion versus champion, title for title, winner takes all. Arthur Caldwell against Aldo P. Wallace, United States and World Heavyweight Championships on the line. But let's send it down to the ring and listen in to Mr. Scott Buckley. And of course, this no good SOB has to interrupt again. Some major announcements from the GWA president, but tune in this Sunday as Global Wrestling Alliance presents Score or Bust, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, from the Grand Ballroom. What an event that's going to be, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. We got action tonight, so let's get down to the ring and let's get to it.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland. Weighing in at 275 pounds, Sergio Dondelinger.
And walking down to the ring for our opening bout, is the Fighting Irishman, Sergio Dondelinger. We have Amaya Stevens against Whitney Duncan later on tonight. We have Tammy Mullins against Shelly Bennett. And how about that big 8-man tag team match with the Varsity Club and High Voltage against the Pitbulls and the Eliminators? What a night it's going to be.
And his opponent from Eugene, Oregon, weighing in at 168 pounds, Justin Reed.
And the youngster, Justin Reed, making his way down to the ring. Recently just got his first victory here in GWA against Willie Jones, who, after that loss, he said that he was done. He was out and he had left. So far, I have to let you, ladies and gentlemen, know that no one has seen or heard from Willie Jones since that defeat. Must have taken it pretty hard. Let's see if young Justin Reed can take that win and continue with the momentum here against Sergio Dondelinger. There's the bell, and this match is underway. Collar and elbow tie-up, headbutt, sending Reed down to the canvas. Lock up again, and another headbutt. Dondelinger's head's got to be like a bowling ball. Now a kick to the gut, and here comes Reed, but he gets shoved away. Tie up again, and whip to the far side. Shoulder block there by the two. And clubbing blows, Dondelinger taking control. Buries the knee into the back of Justin Reed. A lot of talent going to be in this ring here later tonight. As I had mentioned, that 8-man tag team matchup. That is going to be huge. 4 teams vying for supremacy here in GWA. Here's the cover here. 1, 2, and barely gets the shoulder up. Just Justin Reed. Dondelinger nearly puts it away early. But that tag team matchup going to be a big one here later. Wind up and a European uppercut right up underneath the chin. Dondelinger in control at this time. Justin Reed in all kinds of trouble. And lock up center of the ring once again and buries the knee. Look at the axe kick to the back of the neck. Dondelinger going again for the cover. Along 2 that time as well. The world's heavyweight champion, Aldo P. Wallace, will be in our main event tonight against Chris Van Diver. And I hope that Chris Van Diver does a little damage before we get to score our bust. And yes, I know, I shouldn't be so biased, but damn it, Aldo P. Wallace has gotten under my skin. And I just think it's time that he gets what he deserves. Forearm shot there by Reed, and Dondelinger goes down. Now, working over the left leg. And look at this here now. Figure 4 by Justin Reed. Will Dondelinger give it? Well, no, he's got his hand underneath the bottom rope, and the official calls for the rope break. Good officiating there. And big boot. Justin Reed, I hope he has dental insurance. And now, Reed trying to battle back. And whip to the far side. Up and over the top rope and to the floor goes Dondelinger. The official will start the count. And Reed's going to go after him. He turned his back on Dondelinger. That's the inexperience of Justin Reed. And now, Sergio whips him back into the ring, buries the knee into the back once again. And Dondelinger now sends Reed to the buckle. Up on the top rope. What has Dondelinger got in mind here? He's up on the second rope. Dondelinger, look at that strength and power. And somehow Reed reverses. That was impressive there by Justin Reed to get out of that predicament. Shoved away by Dondelinger, and some clubbing blows once again sends Reed back down to the canvas. Dondelinger. Clothesline. And again. And a third. Reed now retreats to the corner. Big splash by Dondelinger. Dondelinger. Setting him up. He's got him in his sights. The running headbutt. That's like a battering ram. Dondelinger's feeling it. He's got victory in his sights. And Dondelinger with the Dondelinger Zinger. And here's the cover. 1, 2, and he got him. Sergio Dondelinger is your winner. Let's look at this. The Dondelinger Zinger was too much for Justin Reed to overcome on this night.
Here is your winner, Sergio Dondelinger.
A big victory there for the Fighting Irishman. But we are far from finished with tonight's action. Later on tonight, Whitney Duncan will go toe-to-toe with the devastating striker, Amaya Stevens. Of course, that's not all. 8-man tag team matchup. The number one contenders, the Varsity Club, will team up with High Voltage to go up against the Eliminators and the Pitbulls. And in our main event, the world's heavyweight champion Aldo P. Wallace will go up against Chris Van Diver. But coming up next, the number one contender for the Women's World Championship, Wild Thing Tammy Mullins, will go one-on-one in a non-title match against the champion Shelly Bennett. So let's get down to the ring and get that matchup underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Toluca Lake, California, Wild Thing Tammy Mullins.
Tammy Mullins has been waiting to get her hands on Shelly Bennett for several weeks now. Sometime back, Mullins defeated Shelly Bennett in a non-title match. Shelly Bennett has had a problem with Tammy Mullins ever since. She has jumped Tammy Mullins, she has attacked Tammy Mullins, and now here they're going to go one-on-one here on Supercharged just a couple days before their championship showdown at Score or Bust.
And from Anaheim, California, the Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Champion, Shelly Bennett.
Shelly Bennett has certainly had a chip on her shoulder ever since she won the GWA Women's World Championship. She is looking to gain some momentum against Tammy Mullins heading into that championship showdown in Las Vegas in just a couple of days. There's the bell, and let's get it on. A block. A couple of blocks by each lady there, and then now against the ropes and buries the forearm into the back, and again. Tammy Mullins looking for a little bit of revenge here against the champion, Shelly Bennett, for all of those attacks. Mullins now with the tie-up, center of the ring, and takes Bennett, sends her face first into the top turnbuckle. And now an elbow sends Mullins back. And here comes Bennett. Look at those kicks. Axe kick right to the face. Now down across the arm. And Shelly Bennett looks to be turning this thing around. And now Bennett, several more strikes there. Tie up, whip to the corner. And now bars the arm underneath that top rope, wrenching on it, and goes back to it again. Come on, referee. They're in the ropes. Get her out of there. There's an elbow by Mullins, and there's the spinning heel kick. That's what won her the match. One. Only a one this time, but that's the very maneuver that Tammy Mullins defeated Bennett with a couple of weeks ago. Face first into the canvas. Go Shelly Bennett. And look at this. Standing moonsault with the cover. 1, 2, and no. Just a 2 count. Tammy Mullins would love to gain a victory over the Women's World Champion right here tonight on Supercharged before they head into their championship match. And no, only won that time again. But Tammy Mullins would love to have that momentum and get into the psyche of Shelly Bennett heading into that championship match at Score or Bust in Las Vegas. And now, taking the arm of Bennett over across the rope now. And whip across the ring, hard, and drop kick, and sends Bennett back into the buckles. Here's another cover. 1, 2. A 2 count there for Mullins. Tammy Mullins now with control. And dragon screw wrenching on the left leg of Shelly Bennett. Kick, stiff kick to the spine. And went for the knee drop. That one missed. And look at these strikes. That one sends Mullins down. Shelly Bennett with a veteran maneuver, pulling her away from the ropes. That's got to be it right here. 1, 2, no! The last moment, Tammy Mullins gets the shoulder up off the canvas. And now Bennett looking to end this thing. There's the forearm against the ropes, and that'll do it. The stiff kick to the temple of Tammy Mullins, and that will be all. Into the cover. 1, 2, no, I thought she had her. Bennett thought that she had her. How did Tammy Mullins kick out of that? Now a drop kick to the back of the neck. Tammy Mullins is fighting. She's still in this thing, but for how much longer? Bennett screaming at her now, wanting Mullins to just give it up. And now Bennett trying to end this thing. That one blocked. And now Tammy Mullins with a neck breaker. No! Face first to the canvas. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. No! I thought that was 3. I thought that was 3. I thought that was 3. I thought that Tammy Mullins had the champion beat right there. Tammy Mullins looking to end this thing. To the buckle. High kick right to the face. Flush in the face of the champion. Tammy Mullins looking to put this one away. Mullins now, headbutt. Pulls her back up into the side suplex. That'll be all. 1, 2. She got her. Tammy Mullins has defeated the women's champion. Let's take a look at how she did it. That headbutt stuns the champion and into the side suplex and into the cover to secure the victory.
Here is your winner, Wild Thing, Tammy Mullins.
A very important victory for Wild Thing Tammy Mullins with that victory over the GWA Women's World Champion. And that will give her momentum heading into Score or Bust this Sunday as Tammy Mullins will challenge Shelly Bennett for the GWA Women's World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, more action from the women's division as Whitney Duncan will take on Amaya Stevens. So let's head back down to the ring and get that matchup underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Portland, Oregon, Whitney Duncan.
Whitney Duncan on her way to the ring. You got to believe that a victory for either of these two ladies will move them up in the rankings for a future shot at the GWA Women's World Championship. Whether the champion will be Tammy Mullins or Shelly Bennett when score or bust is all said and done. Duncan now waiting for her opponent.
And from Oakland, California, Amaya Stevens.
And here she comes, a former boxer. Her hands at one point were legitimately registered as lethal weapons. Whitney Duncan, if she wants a chance at winning this matchup, she's going to have to avoid the striking ability of Amaya Stevens. Amaya Stevens would love to gain a victory here tonight and get one step closer to a shot at the Women's World Championship. And here we go. These ladies are ready. There's the bell. And go for the tie-up early on. Grabs the hair and whips her back into the mat. And there's a jab. Body shot. Now one to the face. This is exactly what Whitney Duncan is going to need to avoid. Just punishing her with those strikes. And now, raining down the fists in the face of Whitney Duncan. Amaya Stevens looking to make short work of Whitney Duncan. A scoop here. Shoulder breaker by Amaya Stevens. And into the cover. Only a one that time. Amaya Stevens now with a stiff kick to the spine. Whitney Duncan has been unable to get out of the gate. Straight right hand to the face and another cover. 1, 2. A long 2 count that time. Duncan is not going to be able to take too much more of that before this match is all said and done. Stevens now playing to the crowd. Another straight right hand. The official is going to have to start warning Stevens about this. The closed fists are indeed illegal. We know that that's Amaya Stevens' go-to. That's her strong suit, but they are illegal. Spine buster by Stevens. Plants Duncan center of the ring. And now the right hands once again. Duncan is just being punished here tonight. And now Duncan trying to battle back. High drop kick sends Stevens to the mat. Duncan trying to get back in this thing. Now wrenching on the leg. Whitney Duncan now with a kick to the face. And back to the leg again. If Stevens can't stand, she can't punch you in the face. Duncan now. Face first goes Amaya Stevens. And now grapevines the neck and drives the elbow into the top of the head and into the cover. 1, 2, 3. No. No, not this time. Stevens was able to get the shoulder up. I thought Duncan was going to be able to pull this off. That one blocked. Dragon screw by Amaya Stevens. And Stevens trying to take back over. And now sends her for the ride against the ropes and spears her down to the canvas. Stevens now went for the right hand block and down. Whitney Duncan sends her to the canvas and another cover. This will be all. And Duncan's got her. No, she didn't. She didn't. That was only a 2. I thought Whitney Duncan had this one wrapped up. And blocked by Steve. Look at that combination by Amaya Stevens. Again, that's exactly what Whitney Duncan would need to avoid. Stevens. Now, with a handful of the hair, straight right hand into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Amaya Stevens, victorious here tonight. Let's look at this. One shot, a knockout blow by Amaya Stevens, and she is your winner. A big victory tonight for Amaya Stevens. And wait, Duncan has not left the ring. And now Stevens extends the hand. And there's the sportsmanship between these two phenomenal athletes. I love to see that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday at Score or Bust, the GWA World Tag Team titles are on the line as the Varsity Club challenges the champions, High Voltage. But tonight, and coming up next, those two teams will team up in 8-man tag team action against both the Eliminators and the Pitbulls. That match coming up right here, right now, and this one is going to be an explosion. One of the teams, World Tag Team Champions. 2 teams are former Tag Team Champions.
The following contest is an 8-man tag team match. And at a combined weight of 500 pounds, the Eliminators.
And here comes the first team in this matchup. The very first GWA World Tag Team Champions, Cliff Russell and Vince Dixon, the Eliminators. Now, the interesting thing about this situation is these teams going to be able to get along? The Varsity Club and High Voltage, they're going to be facing off for the tag titles in just a couple of days. But on the other side, the Eliminators were defeated by the Pitbulls and lost the World Tag Team titles to them some months ago. So an interesting dynamic amongst these teams here tonight. Are these teams going to be able to coexist? Only time is going to tell. But here comes the Eliminators partners.
And at a combined weight of 544 pounds, the Pitbulls.
The Pitbulls, the former World's Tag Team Champions, Luther and Mahler, the Isaac brothers. And obviously, the Pitbulls would love to get another shot at the World Tag Team titles, as would the Eliminators for that matter. The pecking order as far as the tag team division may just be shaken up right here tonight at the conclusion of this matchup. The Eliminators and the Pitbulls now down at the ring waiting for their opponents.
And at a combined weight of 333 pounds, the Varsity Club.
And the number 1 contenders for the GWA World Tag Team titles Ryan Morris and Eddie Sheffield, the Varsity Club. Now in the ring, had an upset victory against the Eliminators to become the #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. They will get that title opportunity at Score or Bust this Sunday. But now they're waiting for their partners, which will be their adversaries in just a couple of days. The World Tag Team Champions, High Voltage.
And at a combined weight of 490 pounds, the Global Wrestling Alliance World Tag Team Champions, High Voltage,
Derek Wright and Charles Thompson, the World Tag Team Champions. Both men, phenomenal athletes, very much deserving of these World Tag Team titles. High Voltage currently reigns supreme atop the Tag Team Wrestling Mountain. And here we go. It looks like we're going to have Vince Dixon and Eddie Sheffield starting things off. And Sheffield decides he doesn't want any part of Vince Dixon. Tag, and Charles Thompson now in the ring. Lock up and sent to the far side. And caught the leg there, and a shoulder block knocks Dixon down. And now tie up. Whip into the corner. There's a tag. And whip to the far side. Big double back body drop, and here's the cover. One. Only a one that time. Ryan Morris now in with Vince Dixon, and Dixon takes control, whips against the ropes, and a shoulder block. And look at that, reversal German suplex by Morris. And tie up once again, and back to the corner. And here's a tag, and now back comes Eddie Sheffield. Goes for the ride, and back body drop again. And now the cover. That one broken up by Cliff Russell. And now Thompson sends Russell up and over the top rope to the floor. Forearm shot to the face. Dixon needs to get to the corner and get either Mahler or Luther Isaac into this matchup. Now back to the corner. Elbow by Dixon, fighting out of this hostile corner. To bone suplex by Vince Dixon. Perfectly executed suplex there. And High Voltage making sure that Cliff Russell doesn't interfere. Here's a cover. 1, 2. No, it appeared to be only a 1. And now chaos is ensuing. I would not want to be that official right now, trying to keep order in this one. Vince Dixon now with the armbar. And a tag. And here comes Luther Isaac. And another tag. And here comes Charles Thompson. Clubbing blow to the back. And an axe handle to the back of the neck. Charles Thompson gaining control of this matchup for his team. Sends Luther to the buckle and a shoulder block into the gut and a knee strike. Here's the cover again. And not even a 1. The Pitbull Luther Isaac powers out. And now, what does Thompson have in mind here? Nothing. He's going to get wrapped up, and a top wrist lock there by Isaac. And Thompson battling out of that predicament. And up over the rope. And Morris pulls him off the apron. He just bashed his face in the apron, but he's going to pay for it. Morris across the barricade, and Thompson goes after him. Sends Isaac now to the barricade, head first. The official starts the count. Thompson sends Luther Isaac back into the ring. A diving tag, and in comes Cliff Russell. And a tag, and here comes Derek Wright. And lock up, center of the ring, scoop and a slam by Derek Wright. Drops the elbow. And to the cover. Only a 1 this time. Cliff Russell, way too fresh to be beaten so quickly. And sent to the corner. And Derek Wright now with a right hand. Again, and again, and again, and again, again, and again, again, and again, and one last time. Right now goes for the cover. Long 2 count, but broken up by Mauler Isaac. Gets a European uppercut for his trouble. Derek Wright trying to maintain control, but it appears Cliff Russell trying to battle back. And now here comes Wright once again. Block, forearm. And what a suplex by Cliff Russell. The torque on the neck. My goodness. And now Cliff Russell with the submission. The surfboard on Derek Wright. And his partner, Charles Thompson, going to break up the submission hold. And he gets elbowed in the face. The official counting Thompson out of the ring. And now sent to the buckle. Derek Wright does not want to be in that corner. He's got 2 eliminators and 2 Pitbulls surrounding him. He is in the tree of woe. And here's the cover. 1, 2, and that one broken up by Ryan Morris. Morris now up on the shoulders. And, oh no! My God, Cliff Russell just powerbombed Ryan Morris to the outside. What a fall for Ryan Morris. I hope he's going to be okay. He's got a championship match here in a couple of days. Drops the elbow. Derek Wright needs to get the tag. He needs to get out of there. Here's a cover by Vince Dixon. 1. No, that one broken up by Eddie Sheffield. Sheffield now is in the lion's den. And no, chop block, and Eddie Sheffield gets the shot in. Derek Wright now having to battle all 3. And gets dropped on the back of his head. What a side suplex by Vince Dixon. And look at this power, my God. Sit out power bomb. Derek Wright taking all kinds of punishment right now. Now here comes Luther Isaac. Isaac now sends him against the ropes and an elbow. And here comes Derek Wright. Face first and into the cover. That could be all. 1, 2, no, 2, excuse me. And somewhere along the line, Luther Isaac has been split wide open. He's bleeding everywhere. Derek Wright sends him back to the corner. And here's a tag. In comes Eddie Sheffield. Opens him up and buries the right hand into the gut. And a kick to the side of the head. Reversal, and Luther Isaac is going to make him pay for that. Isaac now with control of Eddie Sheffield. Sheffield trying to battle back. He's got to get out of that corner. Forearm. And went for a shot. And he got an Insigniati in on Cliff Russell. But now, Luther going for the cover. 1, 2. No! I thought that was over. I thought Luther Isaac had it. Sheffield now trying to battle with the much bigger and stronger Luther Isaac. Buries the knee. Sheffield now in trouble. Look at that reversal, up and over the top. Forearm shot and sent back to the buckle. Here's a tag, and now comes Ryan Morris against the rope, sent for the ride. Double shoulder block by the Varsity Club. Now Luther Isaac is in trouble. The team of the Varsity Club and High Voltage has turned this thing around. Here's a tag, and here comes Big Charles Thompson. Thompson now looking to put this one away, perhaps. And up on the shoulders, we've seen this. Airplane spin into the cutter. And Thompson drops Luther Isaac. And a shoulder block to Mauler Isaac. Another for Vince Dixon. And another for Cliff Russell. He has taken out the entire opposition. 1, 2, 3. High Voltage and the Varsity Club have done it. Let's look at this. The airplane spin into the cutter. And after dealing with the other 3 members of the team, Charles Thompson gets the cover and the victory for his team.
Here are your winners.
Well, the Varsity Club and High Voltage, they did work very well tonight. Here's a team on Supercharged, but they will face off this Sunday for the World Tag Team titles at Score or Bust. Wait a minute. Now we have Don Holmes backstage now. What in the world was Don Holmes thinking? Either way, speaking of Aldo P. Wallace, he will be defending the World's Heavyweight Championship while trying to gain the United States Heavyweight Championship this Sunday at Score or Bust. Arthur Caldwell and Aldo P. Wallace, winner takes all. But coming up next, our main event, Aldo P. Wallace will take on Chris Van Diver. Aldo's opponent at Score or Bust, Arthur Caldwell. We have not seen him tonight. Now Aldo making his way down to the ring. Well, speaking of, there he is. Pretty boy Arthur Caldwell with bat in hand. He's here. He's here tonight at Supercharged with the shot with the bat right in the spine. Get him, Arthur. Get him. Whip his ass. Arthur Caldwell is here. Retaliation with the bat. What a shot to the face. My God. Arthur Caldwell with retribution and retaliation on the mind. He now has the World Heavyweight Championship belt. And he is giving Aldo P. Wallace exactly what he deserves. Now he's got the belt. What a shot. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of time. Tune in this Sunday. This is going to be a war.